Hey, this is Jack from Alphacharts with a state of the market video. Today is February 23rd, 2024. Before we begin, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate it. Hopefully, you have already liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, but if you haven't yet, please go ahead and do that right now. It does help me out. So thank you. Appreciate that. Again, you can find me on X at Alphacharts365, posting stuff all week long, from charts to ideas to just market notes. And if you really like my stuff, check out my subscriber group where I go very in depth every single week, every single day on what's going on in the markets, helping to keep you with the information you need to make your best decisions and hopefully make some money in the market. Click subscribe right there. It's $10 a month, and honestly, I give you what a very expensive service would give, but for only $10 a month. So it's a really no brainer, because if you don't like it, it's month to month. There is no contracts. You just cancel the next month. Super easy to do. Basically, I'm here just so you could bounce ideas off of, be a co-pilot, or even just take, my market information and make the trade your own, but just taking that information. So saving you a ton of time. Let's get into these charts. We have this nice big base, and we have this kind of rising wedgy look here. We're now to the top of the wedge, but again, closing at all-time highs. It's hard to argue with all-time highs, right? For this market to crash or do anything wrong, we have to first break the short-term moving averages. We haven't done that yet. So I think that, and that alone, keeps us in a bullish stance. On the week, the market was up 1.67%. Again, look how strong this has been. Only 2 down weeks since early November, we'll call it. Only 2 down weeks. That is very impressive. RSP on the week up 1.23. So again, a nice, very strong week, right up to these prior highs, right? So I'm actually going to take this off here. I'm just going to pull this across. And just get rid of this too while I'm at it, right? And we're here. So maybe we do get some sort of pullback here, or some sort of flag like we had back here in the equal weights. But overall, everything is looking good. Again, maybe we give a little rest in here. And just like in the SPY also, if you look at it, we're kind of on the extended front. So maybe, the daily chart, again, looking good right into this, prior highs area. Going to the Qs. It has a rising wedgy look as well. Not quite as defined, but it's there. You can almost call it a channel at this point, right? If you connect those two, it's only 2 points, I get it. But, something like that. You almost have this nice little channel that kind of is just trending higher in, right? It's hard to argue with that. On the week, we were up 1.44%. The market, again, you can see this beautiful little cup and handle. There's your breakout, 1.44% on the week, and the equal weights were up 0.76. So about half as much, right? Not quite as much, but NVIDIA was a big piece of why the Qs screamed higher. They're getting up to this overhead supply-ish area, right around this $90 area as well. Again, I wouldn't be shocked if we see some profit taking into this area. The equal weights show probably better than the cap weighted. The best names, though, will pull back the least. So decide your time frame. If you think that you're a shorter term trader, you may consider taking some profits into this area. If you're not, if you're a longer term trader, you say, I'm just going to trail my stop and see what happens. Mid caps, again, we're on the weekly chart, up 1% on the week. And you see on the daily, still above that 500 level, 505. And we are coming once again into this all-time high area right on this 530-ish. And, again, we'll see what happens when we get up there, but we're really close. And then we have IWM, the small caps. And looking at the week, They were down. So the first one that we see that was actually down for the week was small caps. So again, you hate to see that, but they've been a laggard. Especially back here, they were laggards. It's in this kind of widening pattern. It's having a hard time finding a footing, but it's right at that 200 level, above all the moving averages, which are all below it and rising. Yeah, I mean, so it's not doing anything terribly wrong. It's just really not doing anything right either. So, that tells us there's better places to be in the market, right? That's the way I look at this. There's better places to be than small caps and mid caps. And it's right now, it still is for the most part, the mega caps, right? And Nvidia and the AI names in general. But that'll be for a different video. That's for my stocks to watch video. It comes out tomorrow. Sundays when I usually release that video. Um, so let's keep going. We have I always like to start with XLF financials, strong trend. And on the week, you can see how financials were up 1.6. Again, has this overhead supply area not too much further up higher. So we'll see. It's going to complete the base. There'll probably be some sort of retracement. And then we'll see what really is going to happen, right? XLF looks great. SMH, I mean, I'm sure that was the big winner for the week with Nvidia earnings. It was up 3.37% on the week. Very, very impressive. And then let's look at the daily. Again, kind of a trend line, very similar to the Qs, right? It looks almost exactly like the Qs. Looking at the equal weighted, because I like to look at the equal weighted semiconductors too. I think it gives me a better idea. And if you look at the equal weighted, which is interesting, right, is that we have that they were down on the week 0.65, as opposed to the cap weighted, which were up for the week, as you can see right here. So a much, much different look. And it tells you that the winners in this market are the mega cap or large cap semiconductor names, not not the smaller mid cap guys. They're just not doing anything now. I mean, it is higher highs and higher lows, and so when this does break out, maybe they'll get their turn. We're just not quite there yet. So they were down 0.65 again, and I think, this 230, we'll call it, area above that, and I think it's very, very bullish. ITB, this is the home construction ETF, and it busted out plus 3.39%. That looks amazing. And when we go to daily, we talk about this kind of widening formation. Well, it's breaking up at this point. So that's just bullish, right? I mean, that's just bullish. XHB, it will be next. Where you got XHB? There you are. And XHB looks exactly the same, and we can kind of, do that. That looks pretty good. And then we can say transports or IYT. Again, doing very, very well. And then XTN is the equal weighted transports. Doesn't look exactly the same, but they look really good. Moving to the VIX. VIX is in this, again, broad formation, but it's below 14. What more could you want? Right? I mean, that's bullish as can be. Credit spreads narrowing. Percent of stocks above the 50-day, right around this 51% area. Listen, we may get one more move lower. That could happen, but right now it's holding up just fine. And then put call ratio right in the middle. So no real signal there. We're going to go to the dollar next, and looking at the dollar, we have just this kind of those trend channel down. If this loops back up and does one of these things, maybe some kind of sort of inverse head and shoulders here and breaks out, that'd be the bearish look. Right now we don't have that, so we have to play what we have, not what we think could happen. So it looks fine. And then looking at the 10-year yield, it's trying to break out here, kind of came back in. We'll see if it breaks down from here, great. It'll be great for small caps and mid caps and the market in general. If it moves higher, it's going to put some strain on the market. So let's go back to the beginning and wrap it up. in my opinion, again, we're extended, and you really see that in RSP coming up to these levels of potential supply, RSP and equal weighted Qs, not too much higher here either. So whether it's this week or maybe the week after, as these come into these areas, I would expect some backing and filling. I would expect some profit taking, and you know, but as long as we stay above these moving averages, right, about 495 ish or so, I think is the absolute place you got to be below, above. I'm sorry. Then I think it's fine, and that's roughly 2.5%. A pullback of 2.5% could get pretty nasty if you're in the wrong names. So just be careful there. But overall, I think we're in a bullish time in the market, and I think it's we should be looking for the best names that we could get involved with. Find me on Twitter or X at Alphacharts365. Join my subscriber group, $10 a month. Again, you get a ton of information. It's up to you to make good trades, right? But I'm going to give you and share the information to help you do that. And yeah, and we'll see tomorrow stocks to watch. Y'all have a great day. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye bye.